and welcome to the celebration. Of course, our DJ just announced me. My name is Janelle Jenkins. I proudly serve as the superintendent here at Patterson Park Community Center, and we are excited to have everyone here to help us celebrate and commemorate 45 years of Patterson Park Community Center serving the community. Thank you. We are honored to continue the legacy of community, inclusion, and caring for all. Our staff has that caring spirit, and we hope that you feel that every time you enter our doors. It starts with our maintenance and our custodial staff as they work hard to maintain the facility. It starts at our front desk, who provides that excellent customer service and is always eager to help. You may have participated in an exercise class from our dynamic and energetic exercise instructors. You've worked out in our state-of-the-art, thank you. You worked out at our state-of-the-art fitness and wellness center, where our fitness team takes so much pride in making sure that we are up to date on all the latest trends and helping you achieve all of your fitness and health and wellness goals. It also starts with our recreation team that provides all of the sports from pickleball, volleyball. Our game room staff works all together to make sure that everyone can play together. You may have talked to our rental team that have helped you to secure the right venue for your special event. And then we also have extra amenities here. We have a branch of the public library, which is named after one of the founders and visionaries of Patterson Park Community Center, and that's Miss Myrtle Glanton Lord. And standing right behind me, another visionary, we have our theater ran by our Cultural Arts Department, Mr. Ron Washington. Here is our Washington Theater. And last but not least, we have fun 365 days in our aquatics pool. And so we thank you, everyone. And at this time, I would like to have all of our Patterson team either stand up or wave your hand to be recognized. Stand up, please, 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 please. Thank you so much for all that you do. So now we're going to keep the celebrations going. And at this time, we're going to have our Vice Mayor, Mr. Bill Shacklett, come up and give us a few words, followed by our Assistant Director, Ms. Rachel Singer. And then lastly, we'll have our Parks and Recreation Commission member and community advocate, Dr. Gloria Bonner. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here this morning and celebrate this occasion that celebrates. You know, I was thinking over there, I used to play football before this building was built and in this particular neighborhood. I was raised over on Monroe Street, off of Castle Street in this area, and we would come over here and play football and softball, and this is a special place in our community for many, many, many years. But to have an opportunity, you know, I was thinking about the name, Patterson Park Community Center. What's important about that to me is the word community. This place is where we celebrate the fact that we have a unique community that comes together, and even though we're approaching 170,000 people, when we walk in this building, when we are greeted by smiling faces, friends and family that come here to exercise or to meet for an event or to go to the library or to swim, we are enhancing that relationship with each other and growing a special relationship with each other. That feeling of community is available to us when we walk in those doors. I was here, I guess it was 20 years ago when we dedicated this building. I happened to be on council at that time too. And we celebrated because this was such a unique facility for this area, to have this type of facility and the commitment that it took from our council, particularly Ron Washington was serving on the council at that particular time, and Ms. Lord's special person in our community as well, that encouraged us, build this facility and build it in this community. And it made a difference. It made a difference in the quality of life of the citizens in this community, because having this facility here. And it has blessed our community for all those years, and it's time to celebrate. And I appreciate the fact that we're taking time to recognize what this place has meant to our community. So on behalf of the mayor and the council, I want to thank all those people that have been a part of not only bringing this to fruition, but also continuing it and continuing to be a real important part of our community. So thank you, and let's celebrate.
Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, and cherished members of Patterson Park Community Center, today we gather for a remarkable milestone, the 45th anniversary of Patterson Park Community Center. This gathering isn't just a commemorative of time, it's a tribute to the vibrant tapestry of the lives that are interwoven in this center. As we look back over the decades, we see a story of a community, a narrative woven with threads of diversity, resilience, and warmth. Each person that has walked through these doors has contributed to a unique patch in this ever-evolving quilt. From the early days of the center, with the humble space just beginning to take shape, to today, we stand a beacon of unity and engagement. The journey has been one of a collective effort and shared dreams. When thinking about Patterson Park, I imagine a quilt. A beautiful, intricate masterpiece crafted from countless pieces, each one distinct, yet each one essential. This quilt mirrors our community. Every program, every event, every interaction here at Patterson added a new square, a new color, a new texture to our communal fabric. Each patch tells a story. The laughter of children in the after-school program, the determination of adults in a class, and the solidarity of neighbors coming together in a time of need. Our diversity is one of our greatest strengths. It's like a vibrant array of fabrics, each bringing its own pattern, its own hue. From different backgrounds and experiences, we have come together, and through our differences, we have built something truly special. This diversity infuses our community with the richness that is felt in every corner of this center. Resilience is another thread that runs through our quilt. Over the years, we have faced challenges, economic shifts, changing of demographics, and unforeseen events. Yet this quilt can withstand the wear and tear while growing more beautiful with age, just like our community. We have emerged, we have become stronger through the challenges, and each of these challenges has only added depth and character to our collective story. Warmth is the final element that binds our quilt together. It is the warmth of friendship, the embrace of support, and the genuine care that we extend to one another. This warmth transforms a simple building into a home, a place where every individual feels cherished and heard. As we celebrate 45 years, let's honor the past by acknowledging the contributions to those who have come before us. And let's look to the future with excitement and hope. Let's continue to add to this quilt, ensuring that future generations find community as rich and welcoming as what we cherish here today. Thank you for the staff and the patrons for being such an essential part of this beautiful tapestry. Here's to many more years of weaving lives and embracing diversity, showing resilience and sharing our warmth. Happy 45th anniversary to Patterson Park, and for all of you that make this place a place of joy and commitment. Thanks. I'm going to ask that Dr. Gloria Bonner come up and say a few words, as she's going to lead us in the next part of this wonderful celebration.
Happy 45th anniversary. Oh my, oh my. It is really true. Patterson Park has always been a part of the fabric of Murfreesboro. Now, imagine for me, it was a part of my daily experience growing up. And there perhaps are many of you that can recall participating here at Patterson. And I remember the building was so small at that time. It was about the size of a pool hall. Imagine that. And now look at where we are now. This is a state-of-the-art facility. Let's give ourselves a hand. Now, before I continue, I want to acknowledge a few of my colleagues, such as Tom Sage. Tom, we are excited to see you. Could you please stand? Former Superintendent of Patterson Park Community Center. I also want to acknowledge, I think we have two members from Murfreesboro Parks and Rec Commission, Mr. Leroy Cunningham and our Vice Mayor, Bill Shackler. And I also want to acknowledge in his absence, our amazing Mayor, Shane McFarland, because the mayors for 45 years in this community were instrumental in helping us to achieve the goal of improving the quality of life in Murfreesboro, Rutherford County through Parks and Recreation. So let's give Mayor McFarland. And again, I want to acknowledge the members of Patterson Park, the staff and the administrative team, along with members of Murfreesboro Parks and Rec Commission. Now, 45 years, that's a milestone year. And in so many ways, it recognizes the significance of what it means as a community to stay together. Now, the number 45 means guidance, support, determination, pragmatism. And we can go on and on. Compassion. That's Patterson. That's what Patterson meant to those of us that's a part of this community. Vice Mayor Bill Shacklet, can you remember it was 45 years ago for you that you were coaching Little League baseball? Your family business, Shacklet's Photography, relocated to 121 East Main Street 45 years ago. Do you remember you opened a teen center called the Dry Dock to give teenagers something to do that was productive and constructive 45 years ago? And it was somewhere around downtown, remember that? And I remember 45 years ago, you had these precious nephews that gave you the privilege to hone your uncle skills 45 years ago. It was a very good year for you and the community based upon the community impact. Now imagine 45 years ago, two very energetic twin boys by the name of Shane and Sean McFarland. They entered kindergarten 45 years ago at Mont Eagle Elementary School. They both fell in love with their kindergarten teacher, Miss Nina Parks. It was a very good year for Mrs. Parks. She had double the fun. Also, it was 45 years ago. The Murfreesboro community welcomed the birth of a newborn baby girl on November 2nd. She arrived at 1:00 p.m. and weighed all of 5 pounds, 3 ounces, and 18 inches long, kicking and screaming her way into the world. Her parents named her Superintendent Jernell Floyd Jenkins. It was a very good year. Now, 45 years ago, our executive director of Parks and Rec was not even a concept. He was not even born. That means I have shoes older than Nate Williams. As most of you know, Patterson Park is a family-oriented facility. We welcome everyone. It's multi-generational, and it provides model programs for the entire community. But more than that, Patterson Park is a part of who we are. As you can tell, we still have that small town environment, and we still uphold the small town values. Everybody here, the moment you pull into the parking lot, you know that it is family friendly, community oriented, and purposeful. It's very welcoming. The staff does an outstanding job, and I am just so grateful for the outstanding leadership, regardless of their respective roles. I'm grateful for the outstanding leadership, their commitment to excellence, and their ability to be present every day, not just being here, but really being present in terms of their commitment to excellence in every way that they perform their jobs. You can never say enough about the quality of the staff here, and I'm extremely proud of them. Give them another hand. Now, for me personally, this community is of great personal significance to so many of us, in addition to so many of our families. We jumped the fence to come over to Patterson, especially as we participated. Dorothy Orr, can you remember Kittyland? We had Kittyland for the youth in our community, preschool. We remember softball, there was baseball, there was football, there was basketball, there was arts and crafts activities, swimming, track and field, the marching band. Do you remember the free show? The 21st century for that now is movies under the stars. But to us, it was the free show. We showed up every Wednesday night for the popcorn, the snow cones, and great entertainment. We had drama clubs, we had book clubs. We had a great community, and I want to thank the members of Patterson Park Community Center for continuing that great tradition and making this possible, this experience possible for everyone. So as we continue to celebrate the milestone year all day today, free all day today and for the rest of the year. We share the great aspirations of the future because there's so much more in us that we can do to continue to make Patterson Park the centerpiece of Murfreesboro and Rutherford County. So to each of you, I say to you today, please hang on, because the best is still yet to come. Thank you all so much for being a part of this celebration. Now, I know you're good at following instructions. We're going to ask you to join me in the Washington Theater. We have prepared an outstanding video presentation on the historical significance of Patterson Park Community Center. Then, once the video presentation is over, don't leave. We want you to join us back here in the atrium because we have a very special presentation. Will you please join me now?
Welcome to Patterson. Hello, my name is Tina Orr, and I've been a part of Team Patterson for 2 decades. It's been a privilege, an honor, and a blessing to come back, to give back to home, sweet home. Most of my childhood memories were on Johnson Street, where there was no fences, the community had a pride of ownership, and Patterson Park was our pride and joy.
I first started coming to Patterson when I was extremely young. We used to come out here what we called the free show, and there was the big old field where they would show free movies, and there was a swimming pool here. And my brother would always get in trouble because my mother told him to stay out of that pool because it would irritate his eyes, but he would sneak out the window and go swimming in the swimming pool. And this was also the area where a lot of the Black churches or Black groups would have their dinners because it was a nice sized room and it was right in the community. Everybody was friendly. Everybody knew everybody's family. So if any kids got in trouble, the mom and dads knew about it before we got home.
Families, neighbors, friends, the community came together to experience hope, unity, love, and inspiration. That was the Patterson Connection.
Before this building and even the other building was here, this was Patterson Park. We used to come for the colored fair. We used to have softball league here, and we played softball and everything. And then they decided to build what they call the Patterson Center, to name it after Dr. Patterson. Also, the entrance to come into Patterson Center, they put the entrance at Mercury Boulevard, where it used to be, coming off the University Street here on the front. Patterson Center over the years, it has changed a whole lot. Like I said, one time we were segregated, now we integrate through desegregation. I mean, it serves the community, not only this community, but other communities too.
Patterson was a place of refuge, indeed, a safe haven. My parents, as well as other parents and the community, never thought that their loved ones would not return home safe.
I was a Patterson Park kid, but being born and raised here, I just feel right at home. I love working at Patterson. I love coming here every day and meeting people and greeting people. I enjoy working here and watching all the patrons come in and all the love they have for this center and all the love that we have for them. I'm just proud and very honored and blessed.
I retired in 2006 in July, and I started coming out here the next month, I believe it was, August, I believe is when it was, 2006. And I've enjoyed it, you know. I met 1,000 people over the years, you know, made a lot of friends. So I just enjoy it, you know, so I just need to do something, you know, stay healthy. I didn't think I'd live long after retired. I thought I'd 4 or 5 years be about it, you know. Here I am almost 80. Everybody's nice to you and everything, you know, and everybody's friendly, and it just seems like a family, you know, when you're out here together, you know, and everything.
I just love this community, and I live very close by, so it's very convenient for me to come to work every day, and I just love coming here, and I love the patrons. I think they seem to like me too, so that's why I keep coming. It's just a wonderful place to work. It's starting to make me feel old because I've watched a lot of children grow up, and they are adults now, and I think it's just wonderful for our children here that they have a place to come to in the afternoons after school in the summertime, and it's a safe place. And so I think for the children, it's a major asset.
There's just a strong spirit and a commitment that was started by our community leaders when the facility first was built in 1979. So it's that strong legacy that stands true today. That's why we're able to be the model of change for the community as it continues to evolve. We've just been steadfast, and we've always had that same community spirit, and people feel that. They embrace it when they come into our doors. As our community continues to grow, as Patterson, we want to continue to be the forefront, be the leaders of the change. As you can see, even today, there's a tremendous amount of growth and potential that's just happening all around us, and we're going to be prepared for the new growth, the new wave, the new generation of new families coming into our neighborhood.
Patterson Park Community Center is standing on shoulders of legends, visionaries, and dreamers, with some of those shoulders belonging to my parents. Thank you, Mom, and thank you, Dad. I also want to say thank you to my brother, Robert Orr Jr. You can see his vision on display every time you come into the center. Lastly, I want to say happy 45th anniversary, Patterson Park Community Center. You have earned the gold medal. You are the heartbeat of the community. We love you. May God continue to richly bless you. I am eternally thankful and grateful.
As most of you know, my parents took great pride in being a part of the Patterson Park Community Center community, and many of you knew them as those parents that made it a priority for young people growing up in this neighborhood to learn to swim, to play baseball, to play softball, as well as tennis. They were known as the mixed double couple. We enjoy hearing them at night around 11 o'clock, 12, 1 o'clock, playing on the tennis courts. Back then, that's when the courts were clay dirt. And the sound of the balls going across the nets and hearing how competitive they were, playing against other couples, because Patterson was a very vibrant tennis community. I remember Mr. Ewell Willis, Mr. Will McGowan, Miss Pauline McGowan, the Zachary brothers, Mr. Hampton John. They all honed their tennis skills and right here at Patterson, and made sure that all young people who had an interest in tennis have the opportunity to develop those competitive skills. They taught young people like George D. Osborne, who gave his life during the Vietnam War. Bobby Smith, who honed those skills. Not only was Bobby competitive here in Murfreesboro and competed in city tournaments, but he also took those skills with him in LA to compete there and won championship games. There were so many of us that developed the love for the sport right here at Patterson. And it meant so much to each of us to be able to play day after day in the hot sun and even late at night. Because our goal as we grew up was to be able to compete in tennis on the campus of Tennessee State University at Hadley Park. And if you were selected to compete there, you were somebody. I am grateful to recognize at this time the rich legacy that our parents, Mr. Hamp and Miss Gracie Turner, left to this community. So I'm going to ask at this time that Dr. Janelle Jenkins, Miss Rachel Singer come forward. Is Vice Mayor still here? I know he has a busy schedule. Mr. Tom Sage, can you come forward? And then I'm also going to call forward my siblings, Miss Sissy Rich and Sylvia Buggs, along with my husband, Coach Ray Bonner, to come forward at this time for a unique presentation in memory of our parents in dedication of our parents' tennis rackets that they use to teach all of us within this community how to play tennis and also develop lifelong skills with valuable, valuable life lessons. So Dr. Janelle, Mr. Tom, and Rachel Singer, could you join me to the left for this dedication to Patterson Park Community Center? Because believe it or not, they taught tennis in this community for 45 years. Could you now unveil the rackets to be hung here in the facility in memory of the Thank you so much to the members of Patterson Park for the privilege and opportunity to honor our parents, but also for the privilege to be a part of such an outstanding family and community. Ladies and gentlemen, this ends our presentation, but not the celebration. You are here, welcome to remain here for the rest of the day. We have been looking so forward to this celebration. Thank you.